Alright, so let's get into part 2 of my foundation collections that I started somewhat 3 weeks ago. I started this collection somewhat 3 weeks ago, and we're doing part 2 right about now. We're doing part 2 of my foundation collection from 3 weeks ago. Part 1 is sitting there. I did the book reading for part 1, and this is part 2, and the next reading that's coming up is for this product right here. So I gotta do this in order to be able to do the reading for tomorrow, which is going to be Tuesday, but I'm doing this video a day early because this video is supposed to also be done on Tuesday, but it was requested, so I am doing this video right now. By the way, y'all said to keep my teeth. Y'all are strange people. Y'all said no teeth. Y'all said bucket. That's what y'all said. I asked the question, do y'all want to get to know me with the teeth? Y'all said bucket. So I said, okay, I'm going bucket. I'm going butt the teeth. I'm going butt the teeth, alright? Just because y'all requested for me to buck the teeth, I'm going butt the teeth. Alright, let's get into the foundation collection. So we are talking about this one first. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Normal to Oily Foundation with clay, and this is in the shade 340 Cappuccino. And I'm going to pull this one out now because I need to put it aside because it's one of the humans attached to the Bible that I will be reading on tomorrow from the book. This is a Revolution, Makeup Revolution London Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I use this more as a concealer than a foundation because it is too light for my entire facial feature. So I use, this is in the shade F9, and F9 is way too light. It's way too undertoned white for me to use as a full face foundation, and I use it more as a concealer in that form. And I more use this one in the summertime because it's very thick and very matte for the winter, so I use this one when my skin is more on the oil slick feature side in the summertime, which gives me more coverage and more blendability. This one is also the same thing. It's a little bit more on the thinner side, but I use this one more in the springtime. Too light to be used as a full face foundation, even though I do know how to coverage it in order to make sure that it looks like my neck. I do know how to do that, which is to just use a matching bronzer, a perfect matching bronzer, or use the MAC setting powder, the MAC Fix Plus setting powder. I use that with this in order to get my perfect full texture, and that usually gives me my perfect full texture, which is this together, which is the shade F1 from Wet n Wild, along with the MAC Fix Plus or the Viva Color bronzer. Use that, or the Essence bronzer. Use both of those and you have a full coverage that doesn't show white and ashy. This won't show white and ashy when you use those shades in order to tone down the lightness of this foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in Dewy Amber Beige, which is F1, the shade F1 in number. This one, I bought this a year ago. I haven't used it yet. I haven't tested it yet. Each time I'm supposed to use it and test it, I always end up falling sick. Um, we don't know when we're going to be able to test this out yet. We don't know. But there's a time and a place for it, and we will eventually test it. But I still have it, and I'm still counting it. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Bronzing Serum, and this is the Maru Maru Butter Bronzing Serum from Physicians Formula. I cannot tell you about this right now because I have not physically used it or tested it. It, as you can see, is not even opened. It is still sealed, still closed. I haven't even removed the paper on it, and I've had this since 2024 December. Okay? The next foundation that I have is this one. This is the from Revlon. This is the Illuminance Revlon Skin Caring Foundation, 5% squalane, and this is the shade 501. This is my perfect shade. It actually matches perfectly with this shirt when I do wear it with this shirt, and usually most of the time I am wearing this shirt when I do wear it. I'm not wearing it today, but when I do wear this shirt, it matches perfectly incandescently with this shirt, and it matches either with this brown or it matches with the green, which is why I can tell you that it was the Aura spray that caused my face to be silver, because this shirt, it matches very well, and it matches very well to this shade as well. So I can tell you that it's the Aura because I've matched that product to this shirt previously and it has worked. So I know what I'm talking about when I speak of what usually happens that causes a change and an effect. So I don't talk about it unless I've tested it, and that's how far I go in testing it. Testing a product to make sure that it matches with my clothing and the color effect of my clothing in order to either improve upon the product or change some form of ingredient in the product. So if it matches with one of the shades of your shirt and the product exits, the product is a good match. It's probably something new that you've added that is causing the product to not work the way you want it to. So finesse it with what you know works in order to get the product to work. Finesse. The next foundation that I've also tested with this shirt that matches and works really perfectly in the summertime with this shirt, however, is this one. This is the Rimmel London Multitasker Better Than Filter, and this is the shade 008 Rich. And by the way, so that I don't have to say it enough, this shirt coincidingly matches with every single foundation that I'm speaking of in this collection, which is part 2. This shirt is made to match each and every one of them. Alright? This one right here, this is the Milani Glow. This is the Hydrating Skin Tint, the shade 410 Dark to Deep, 29% squalene. This one, I am still working on being able to tone it down, but the best way to use this one is with a damp sponge and not a brush. A damp sponge, it will stop it from oxidizing. A brush will cause this to oxidize. So use this one with a damp sponge in order to prevent it from turning too orange and too Oompa Loompa-esque. Use a damp sponge. That's the best way you'll get to use this one. This is Max Beauty Clean Canvas Photo Finish, and this is the shade F.7 Warm Undertones. And then you have this one, which is one of my favorites, and it is a favorite application. As a matter of fact, it works up to anywhere between 13 to 15 degrees in the summertime. This is the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Pro Filter Pro Longwear Foundation, and this is in the shade 400. The Pro Filter and the Pro Longwear, they're in the same packaging, so that's why I think one is Pro Filter and this is Pro Longwear. This is the Pro Longwear, and this one is in the shade 400. Works very well up to about 15 degrees in the summertime. After that, I would use this foundation after that. Same thing with this one. Anywhere foundation to best use in heat after 15 degrees Celsius in the warmth is this one. This is the Your Skin But Better CC Plus Oil Free Matte Poreless Finish Full Coverage Cream. I have worn this on a 17 to 25 degree day, and I have sweated, and the foundation has not budged. I have sweated. This cream, whatever you want to call it, it didn't budge. It was a 25 degree day in the summer 2023. It didn't budge. It didn't do nothing. You can sweat through this and it's not going to come off your skin. It will, however, it's best to use with a sponge because it will oxidize on your skin. In order to prevent it from oxidizing on your skin, use a sponge in order to keep it intact of how thick you want the strength and coverage to show through. And this one works best, again, based off of the type of material to clothing that you're wearing, which will give you the best coverage, which is why the product oxidizes. It's oxidizing towards the thickness of the clothing that you are wearing. And finally, to try and defeat time at 12 minutes, this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Glow Booster. Same thing with this, oxidizes to your clothing texture. It matches your body based off of the type of clothing material you're wearing. I've worn it with that green sweater a couple of times. Too thick. Too thick. You need to wear it with a t-shirt or a bralette shirt or something like that in order to keep it, or a crop top. Best way to wear this foundation is with a crop top. I've worn it with a crop top, and it's the most I've ever felt comfortable is wearing it with a crop top, because a crop top is really, really light and is really comfortable, really airy, really, really breathable. I've worn this with a crop top and I did not feel the first time I tried it, I did not feel the thickness or the matte-ness of this foundation. Then I didn't feel it when I wore it with the crop top. So the best way to wear this one is with a lightweight crop top, and yes, specifically probably to that of no bra, because it will attach itself to the wiring of the bra in order to meet and match with each of the clothing that you're wearing. Because remember, your sweat goes through your clothing, which is attached to your body, which means it will bring out the texture of the product with your clothing. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. This has been part 2. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.